Hello everybody, my name is Adam Bergman and we are live and direct from Adam Bergman's Money Makers. Thank you so much for joining me. It seems like every single time I make a video, my viewership goes up. Thank you so much. We are now at 212 subscribers and we're just over 2 weeks old. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving it that people are absolutely enjoying the information and can join my community in the love of Palantir and other stocks. Today I'm going to give you another Palantir video. And no, this is not just a Palantir channel, this is a finance channel. However, I do have to speak about my biggest position and I do have to keep everyone interested. And it seems that's what people want to talk about, which is great because the consumer sentiment, the retail investor sentiment is going up for Palantir. And that's exactly what you want as an investor of a company like Palantir. You want interest in Palantir, you want consistent growth of Palantir, you want some really cool shit that's happening with Palantir, excuse my language, and I'm going to get to the really cool shit right now. And you also want that thriving community, that cult-like community, that meme-like community without all the memes, and that's what you get with Palantir. We got that meme-like culture, but Palantir is not a meme. And the only thing I can compare it to is akin to Tesla, right? Tesla has that meme-like, cult-like culture, but everybody knows Tesla is absolutely legit, and there's no denying that. However, for a while, Tesla didn't have that. For a while, Tesla was almost bankrupt. For a while, you couldn't even speak to anybody about Tesla because all they did was laugh at you and called you a Toyota Prius. Well, who's laughing right now? And I think that's what's going to eventually happen with Palantir. It's already starting to happen. You can see the sentiment in the streets. I mean, all you got to do is, as I say, open up your ears and open up your eyes. About a week ago, I made a video about Meta Constellation, following up on a Spotify podcast where Palantir was talking to, I believe, Squawk Box CNBC, talking about space and the amazing technology that they have in space. And one of the key things that they said is we can save time by processing information in space. We don't just have to send it back to Earth and then let somebody else process it. And they said that they need a maximum of 30 minutes in order to process and find this type of information. That's crazy. And then I see this article right here, and it's written by Bloomberg. Remember, this is Bloomberg. This is not Seeking Alpha, no disrespect. This is Bloomberg. Palantir is now in space. The company co-founded by Peter Thiel would analyze satellite data in orbit. Palantir Technologies launched its first satellite this month, allowing information to be processed in orbit instead of being gathered and sent back to Earth, a step towards broadening the applications of the data analysis software. Just listen to what it said. Process it in orbit. We're literally processing information in outer freaking space so that you don't have to process it back in Earth. And this saves you so much time in the spoken relay, right? The company co-founded by billionaire Peter Thiel and Alex Karp is working with the Earth mapping company Satellogic. Palantir said its software will improve the speed and quality of the data collected from space. Palantir's longtime government contractor has some experience beyond Earth. It works with the Military Space Systems Command, among other Pentagon agencies, its investigation in the space industry, and said its software can run on drones, aircraft, and now satellites. Its military work has raised controversy over the years. They think that we keep the data in Palantir. We don't keep data in Palantir. We just help you process the data in Palantir. There was even a breach with the FBI, and everyone's like, oh, Palantir, Palantir. No, it was straight FUD. And that was cleared up really fast, that it wasn't Palantir's mistake. It was a mistake at the human level, that somebody had clearance that they were not supposed to have clearance. Karp, the chief executive officer, is seeking to expand his business on the planet too. He wrote a letter posted on the company's website last month that used the war in Ukraine as an appropriate to highlight Palantir's work with the U.S. government and its allies. Remember, Palantir only works with the United States and her allies. Palantir does not work against enemies of the state. He said his company was able to grow because the U.S., and I quote, took an interest in software that understood its potential to reshape national defense. Guys, took an interest in software and understood its potential to reshape national defense. Who else can say that? Honestly. Who else can say that? And we're not talking about physically reshape the military. We're talking about non-physical, non-violence. This is through data analytics. And that European nations will follow suit. As I said, the geopolitical turmoil that we're having right now in Ukraine is going to fast forward our international government growth and also our international non-government growth. However, the international government growth is exactly what we were lacking. We were severely lacking in all international growth and all government growth. This is going to help us a lot. And I quote, "The continent certainly understands that its defense and that of its allies now requires the development of an ingenious source of strength and capacity to defend itself." And quickly Karp wrote, "Our software is in the fight around the world." In an interview on Bloomberg Television, Palantir Chief Operational Officer Sahim Sankar said European governments and groups are using its software to organize the distribution of materials such as food and beds to Ukraine, refugees who fled during the war. Palantir's software is also being used to power military responses to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, he said. I made a video on the Palantir software and how it's helping the refugees. I made a video literally, I believe it was Czechoslovakia, if I'm not mistaken, or Lithuania. But there was a non-for-profit organization that was helping refugees find homes, so on and so forth. And I even showed you that there was a login in the Palantir's website. Well, that's exactly what he's talking about. This guy's confirming it now. You know what's so interesting? There's so much going down the rabbit hole and so much thinking. For example, I called that Amazon is working with Palantir. Well, I made a video yesterday showing you that Palantir is in fact working with Amazon. I figured that out after I found that Palantir is working with Google. Well, a lot of people, and I can't take credit for it, find these websites, sign on, and so forth, and you assume that they're working with Palantir, right? Because they have a government login. Well, then you have these little knickknacks and these little words that you got to read into that confirm certain theories, and that just confirmed that yes, Palantir is helping with the refugee crisis right now in Ukraine, or fleeing from Ukraine. Guys, as you can see, Palantir is an absolute monster. What other companies can literally use the words reshaping national defense when it comes to United States, which is the number one government, the number one in spending, the number one in strength, the number one in technology. You guys can argue all you want, but that's my personal opinion, and I can back it up with some facts. And if it's not number one, you cannot deny the United States is top 3, right? You can't deny that, but everyone knows it is number one. Why is it number one? Because of companies like Palantir. See, the interesting thing is, over the last month, Palantir is up like 30 or 40%. And then the last 2 days, Palantir is down around 12%. The last time I checked today, it's around 1% down as well. When the price is high, people are running to buy, but then they're like, hold on a second, we're going to wait until it dips. Then the price dips, but people are like, hold on a second, this dip is not over. Let me try to catch the falling knife. And then it dips even more. And then what happens is you try to catch it, but you miss. And then the price starts going up again. And then people are like, oh man, I should have bought at the bottom. I don't want to buy right now because it was just 30% cheaper. What happens is you need to do a line in the sand and you need to come up with a price point that's good for you. None of this is financial advice. I am completely an entertainer and educator at best. However, for me, that line in the sand is anything under $25. I was literally making videos when nobody knew who I was, and people still don't know who I am. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, about Palantir, that the price is $25. I think the most the price ran up to was like $29 when I was holding it. And I've been on a negative, slope, but it's okay. I was buying options. I took an opportunity to buy on the dip. I literally bought on the dip the other day. It's cool. But listen, you got to make a play. A lot of my friends like, Adam, is it too late to invest? Well, I can't tell you. I can't give you advice. However, make a play. Eventually, you got to clack and make your play. If you don't make your play, then you're never going to be in the game. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to say one more time, 212. Thank you. I really appreciate all of you. I can't do it without you. Thank you for giving me the love. Now, may I ask you to give me one more like, one more share, and one more subscribe. And I wish you all a have a great day.